This is the ACC on ESPN. JPJ Arena, John Paul Jones Arena, home to the number 2 team in the country, Virginia. Unbeaten at home, only 1 loss on the season. Getting set for a huge game in the ACC against Louisville. How do you get to be the top team in the ACC? With great defense, and how about a clutch shot? Ty Jerome over the weekend with 37 seconds to go. A 3-dagger against Duke, and they win it 65-63. For all intents and purposes, a win by Virginia tonight would likely end the ACC regular season race. This is a 2-game swing possibility, and Dick Vitale, Louisville is as aware of it as anybody, and they're looking forward to this challenge.
I'll tell you one thing, defense, baby. When you think about certainly Virginia, the formula for success. I'm going to guard you, Carl. I'm going to guard you. They suffocate you. 52 points they allow. Ready for that? Number 1 in the nation. Field goal percentage, 37%. Top 3 in the nation. They don't turn the ball over. They're number 1 in the nation, least number of turnovers, and they don't foul. That usually equals win, baby. They're a tough team to beat. Louisville's going to have to take good shots. They're going to have to rebound, and they're going to have to maybe get a couple easy baskets in transition. Easier said than done, Carl.
No doubt. Former coach Rick Pitino used to describe Virginia as Louisville's kryptonite. 5-1 in their last 6. They hadn't scored over 50 in any of those games, and 3 of them were 16-point wins or more for Virginia. Crowd's into it, and we are set for the tip.
14 teams have not scored more than 55. 10 haven't scored 50. Are you serious? That's with a 3-point shot, and that's with a shot clock. That's unbelievable.
They will press you all over the place. The pack line defense makes it miserable. Louisville and David Padgett says ideally we shoot with about 10 on the shot clock, and we're going to have to make a lot of them, and they make their first one.
Nice little 15-foot shot, got in the lane.
Ty Jerome, number 11, he is the ball handler. Great back cut by Devin Hall, and it's 2-2.
That's how you have great efficiency. Cut without the ball, great movement, unbelievable. That's just clinic basketball you demonstrated right there.
Think about Virginia, one of the words you use is efficiency. They are incredibly efficient on both ends of the floor, and because they're so good offensively, Dick, sometimes their defense, I should say, sometimes their offense gets overshadowed. They're a good offensive team.
Yeah, well, they really do a great job making sure they get a good shot. I remember talking to Roy Williams when we were here doing the game against Carolina. So they don't hold the ball. What they do is they move the ball until they find the shot that they want. And usually they take about 18 seconds off each possession.
Pass goes through the hands of Malik Williams, and it's a turnover.
You can't try to force plays. Can't try to force things that aren't there. Turning the ball over against them is a disaster.
Kyle Guy, he's number 5, used to have that big man bun on the top of his head. He's the leading scorer for them this year with 15. Wilkins a ball fake, and Salt has it go into the corner with 7 on the shot clock, and they got a chance to trap Jerome. And wisely, he throws it off Malik Williams. It'll be Virginia ball with 4 seconds to go on the shot clock.
You know what could get really lost here in the whole picture about the great defense of Virginia is the tremendous defense of Louisville. Louisville's an outstanding defensive team. One of the best in America blocking shots. Field goal percentage is really excellent. They're really top 10 in America. So, again, they play some defense as well.
Hard to the rack, and there's a block by Malik Williams. And there's 1 on the shot clock.
He's a freshman, 6'10", rotates over. Looks like he's got a layup, and there comes Williams, that great size. You got some quality athletes on the floor for Louisville.
They're going to have to get it and shoot it real quick, and they don't. It'll be Louisville ball. Very good defense that Dick talked about for the Cardinals.
Yeah, they can play that defense. They really can. A key player in the game. He made the first basket for Louisville. He's been a little bit up and down all year. Is the kid King.
Yep.
King's got to give him a steady game. And Adele's got to be a star here for them to win tonight. He has to be a star.
Dang, Adele has the ball. His game is elevated as he gets pressured by Salt. They throw it out. Oh, wow. Spalding. Loud.
You know, Spalding, a tremendous athlete. Guy got great legs, great bounce off the floor, leads him in rebounding. Diagonal pass right over the top of the defense. You know, Duke, obviously, with 2 great Dr. Dandies, certainly when Carter and Bagley hurt them on the inside.
No doubt about it.
Perimeter players won the battle in terms of Virginia.
Wilkins long on his shot. Louisville will push a little bit with Adele controlling the ball. Interesting offensive set. As soon as Salt came out to the top, they realized there was a vacancy, and that's where they threw that alley-oop. About a three from the corner, and that's off, and that is not a great shot for Louisville.
Have a little more patience. Jerome, really a good ball handler. Knows strengths, knows his weaknesses. Kid Hall's having a heck of a year for them.
Baseline open, high arching shot. Nice one there for the IO guy.
I love their threesome on the perimeter. They know how to play. They know how to win. They're going to win his mentality. Jerome, Guy, and Hall. Double up on that post. You got to find the open man. They do a great job recovering after the ball is doubled up in the post.
With Salt showing with 6 on the shot clock. Snyder, off balance shot, can't get it to go, and a good block out by Wilkins. Another good defensive effort.
And Carl, that was a perfect example of their defense. They make you take a shot that you don't want. That wasn't a shot they wanted, but had no choice.
Jerome's first three off the front of the iron, and it's going to be deflected to Virginia. That's one thing. It's kind of like a blessing and a curse. You don't want to rush the shot, but if you wait until there's about 10 and the defense picks up, you're not going to get a great shot.
Exactly. I'll tell you the one thing they do, Virginia, they want to keep the game at about 60 possessions. They average 59.8 possessions a game. No game have they been involved in has it been more than 68 possessions.
Right.
There's the alley-oop trying right over the top. Watch this, right over the top of the defense. There's Spalding with the jam. Little highlight time.
They caught Salt, too, way out top, and he got caught going back on the defense.
They make it tough here for you to get open looks when it comes to threes. They challenge, they recover so well.
Adele. That's a good shot, and dang, Adele knocks it down. A 47% shooter from the field this year, scoring about 15 and a half a game.
That's a quality shot. He's an all-ACC performer this year. Didn't have a good game when we had him against Miami. He was 4 for 16. That was the Lonnie Walker show.
The Lonnie Walker show. Remember it well. Jerome off balance. Good defense by Snyder. Louisville clears, and they're looking to run a little bit.
Well, that's their game, but they're not going to get back layups against this club.
Snyder had it deflected on its way up.
Too much one-on-one right there. You got to get more people involved, more touches. You get a better shot.
Kyle Guy's three is short. And a quick shot by Virginia's standards.
You know, Virginia has not shot the ball well in their last 4 games, shooting like 44%. And very rarely is a team going to shoot 50% against them.
Anas Mahmoud with the roll. He got stuck underneath, and that's going to be a non-turnover. Louisville will have the ball when we come back. Pretty good pace.
Exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Fisher Investments.
Welcome back, everyone. Success under this guy, Tony Bennett, of course, his dad, Dick Bennett, longtime coach. Tony learned from him. A school record, 5 straight seasons of 23 or more wins. They've been to the NCAA tournament 4 straight years. And the big crutch is, when can you get to a Final Four? Perhaps this is the year they do it. They led the NCAA in scoring defense in 3 of their last 4 seasons. They were second in 2015 and 16, and right away again, back at the top of the defensive metrics. Prior to the game, Tony Bennett suspended Nigel Johnson, one of the guys that averages about 5 a game and gets about 20 minutes for violating team rules, so he is not available for the next 3 games.
You know, as you mentioned earlier, it's a 2-game swing in this game. If they lose this game, 5 of their last 8 games are on the road when you talk about Virginia.
Yep.
So it's a big game in terms of trying to get really separation in the ACC.
Mahmoud, he hit that shot a lot last week at Miami, that little left-handed jump hook. They got the ball to him in a good spot, but he missed it.
He hurried it. He really hurried the shot. I think they make you do that. And here it is where patience, poise usually leads to points. The 3 Ps, Mr. Ravage. Look at that patience on offense. They get you to break down defensively. You play the ball initially tough, and then usually a guy breaks down after about the 15-second mark.
Off the iron, now the rebound though goes to Wilkins.
He's such a tenacious defensive player. He's been battling a little back injury. Little turnover right there.
Uncharacteristic. Louisville flashing that length on defense as well. Mamadi Diakite into the game.
Tell you who gave Virginia some trouble. The 2-3 zone, you mentioned length and athleticism. Syracuse played them tough down here. BC only lost them by 1. Could have won that game up at BC.
And they got a game with Syracuse coming up.
See, they got a little patience going right now for Louisville.
Adele got his man up in the air, didn't get the foul. That's another thing Virginia does really well. They do not foul you.
That's a big plus, man. You're not getting people in foul trouble, and you're not giving easy points on the charity stripe. Coaches dream of that. Play defense without foul.
Good news for Virginia. DeAndre Hunter, who tweaked his ankle in that game against Duke, is at the scorer's table and coming in.
He has been a real plus for them. Double-figure scorer off the bench, very athletic.
Jerome, high arcing shot, similar to the shot Guy made earlier. And it's tied at 6.
Tell you one thing about Jerome. I got a call from Super Garf, who's up in hoops heaven right now. Howard Garfinkel. He said, as a kid here, a lot of people don't think he's a big time. I'm telling you, Dickie V, he's big time. Mr. Jerome from out of New York, Iona Prep. He was right again. The guard, five-star guard.
Huge three-pointer he made against Duke. Mahmoud, that's an impressive shot for Anas Mahmoud.
And it's impressive that you can bring a guy off the bench of his talent. I mean, he's a terrific shot blocker. He's like 4th in the nation blocking shots. 3.4 a game.
Yeah, over 3 a game. The team's over 7 a game. Has them in the top 3 in the country.
Yeah, he and Spalding, Carl, do a great job blocking shots.
Contested shot that time, and Guy comes up short. It was a good job by Ray Spalding to show.
See, the one thing you really got to guard against, you don't want to fall behind 8 or 10 against this team with the tempo and the pace. They're all about tempo.
Here's Guy, went in with a left, and he lays it up and in.
They'll run if the opportunity gets itself, and the opportunity presented himself right there. Tony Bennett, what an incredible job he has done. You can't say enough about his teaching ability. He did it at Washington State, and he's doing it here.
They're focused on Mahmoud down low, and he can't get that to go, but the follow, and they're going to call over the back. Can't fault Spalding with the effort, but he climbed up over the back, and it led to an offensive foul.
Yeah, he really did go over the back. I thought it was a good call right there. Going to take a look right here. Look at the defense, needs some transition. They don't really run off him, but they got out here, and a little layup for Mr. Guy.
Colin Sexton, one of the best players in the country, to be able to see him. He is coming up. Boy, was he outstanding in that game against Trae Young in Oklahoma. Missouri and Alabama out of the SEC. That is next as ESPN's college basketball continues.
I can't wait to see him Saturday. I'm doing a game against the Gators with Bob Wischusen and Allison Williams. He is a heck of a player, Sexton. Florida had a tough loss. I tell you, the SEC is so unpredictable, except for Auburn. Auburn's been off the charts. They're 20-2.
The Fighting Bruce Pearlbrand has been outstanding.
I mean, it's amazing.
Up and down game for Kentucky last night. They survive in overtime. Florida inconsistent.
That's a great word, survive.
Kyle Guy, that's blocked by Mahmoud, who gets you 3 a game, and that was good. He looks back at Guy on the run down the court.
He does a great job with his timing.
Open 3, too hard.
Got to make some threes if you want to beat them. That's how West Virginia. West Virginia beat them, made 10 trifectas, Bobby Huggins' club, and they also forced 14 turnovers with their pressure defense.
Ryan McMahon into the game. There's a nice dump off and an absolute flush that we saw from Mamadi Diakite.
Diakite on the inside, the recipient of the pass, part of their offensive sets. Great execution.
Three-point shooter Ryan McMahon, number 30, into the game for Louisville. Little left-handed move, and that's a good one. VJ King, they'd love to see him get going offensively and become more consistent.
Absolutely. He had a really good game. Maybe he could build off it in their route when they routed Wake Forest. Beat Wake Forest by 19, went on an incredible run. Wake Forest played a little shorthanded. The point guard didn't play in that game.
Guy and Jerome playing a little catch with it. Now they got a trap in the corner.
Got a mismatch inside. McMahon on the switch, they had a total mismatch.
Over Mahmoud, never easy to do, but that one goes down. And there's a guy to keep an eye on, DeAndre Hunter.
Looks like the ankle's okay.
Yeah.
He has been a real plus for them since they got in the ACC. He's been a double-figure scorer. He gets an athlete, guy that can run, jump, make shots.
Mahmoud wants to go one-on-one. He kicks it out to King, who had 24 in the game last year against him. And an easy one that Mahmoud missed.
Too quick with it. Too quick. He had no angle. You got to score when you get those opportunities. Got to take advantage of it. What they say, the harder I work, the luckier I get. Luck is what preparation meets opportunity. Are you prepared?
I'm prepared. Because of that three-game suspension, by the way, to Nigel Johnson, announced before the game, Marco Anthony's going to get some playing time. He's in there now. How about Guy challenging Mahmoud?
That guy's the only guy in their club who's a McDonald's All-American. They don't have their one-and-done gang. They got a bunch of guys, get familiar with one another, get some rhythm, execute. Just solid basketball. Oh, nice
Good pass, and Mahmoud did not catch it clearly. Dickie, our women's Thursday night showcase, top 10 matchup, undefeated #1 UConn takes on #7 South Carolina in Columbia, rematch of the championship game. Gamecocks have never beaten the Huskies in 5 chances. UConn winning last year 66-55. I heard Jay Billis the other night say Gabby Williams may be the most well-rounded basketball player in the country. Both men or women, she does it all for Gino Auriemma.
Well, I'll tell you, 2 Hall of Fame coaches going at it, Gino and Dawn Staley. Gino just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling.
2 on the shot clock, and that's the violation.
Tony Bennett applauds for that. He gives a little clap. He loves it. Cavalier fans love it.
Look at the crowd. They appreciate defense. Very rare you get a standing ovation when your team forces a shot clock violation.
See, other people want to give standing ovations for slam jam bams.
Right.
They want to give it for winning basketball games through great defensive effort.
The whole culture here at Virginia. Virginia's made 3 of their last 3, and obviously because their defense is so good, you cannot fall behind. It's really hard to go on a run against UVA.
Exactly right, Carl. We talked about it earlier. You can't let them jump up 8-10 on you and try to catch them.
4 on the shot clock. Left-hand baseline jumper, and that one goes from Marco Anthony.
Marco Anthony getting some playing time. That's not Mark Anthony. That's not the big entertainer. That's Marco Anthony.
Freshman out of San Antonio, Texas, and it's a 6-point lead. Louisville badly needs a basket. McMahon, long 3 on a big one.
Man, he shot that from Richmond, Virginia. Ryan can shoot the rock, baby. I've watched him on a scholastic level at Cardinal Mooney High School. Did a terrific job. Many people didn't think he could play Division I. He's more than been able to play it. He's been responsible for them winning about 4 or 5 games with his threes.
Darius Perry in, he wears number 2. And that's a quick 3 from Guy off the front of the iron, and a good board by Mahmoud, who clears it. Spin move and can't finish it.
Wild shot, just a wild shot. Can't do that against a team like this. Can't come up empty in those kind of possessions.
Dwayne Sutton in off the bench, had that one come up short.
They frustrate you. They make enough passes and cuts to get the shot they want.
Foul on the way up. Anthony will go and shoot 2. 7:15 left to go here in the first half. Virginia by 3 over Louisville. Zubin Mehentes in our college basketball studios.
Carl, thanks. That's where we're keeping tabs of literally everything happening. Obviously, been a trying couple of weeks for Michigan State. Taking on Penn State at home. They have 24 points at the half for the 2nd straight game. This is Josh Reeves putting it in. The Spartans are going to have some work to do in the 2nd half. They're down 30-24. No Nick Weiler-Babb for Iowa State. No problem. Up double digits on the U. The guys back in Charlottesville after this.
It's Press Virginia against the Super Frosh.
We're being treated to an epic season by Trae Young.
This is a blockbuster-sized rematch. West Virginia, Oklahoma, Monday at 9 on ESPN.
Got a chance to see West Virginia in Germany. First game of the season against Texas A&M. They lost that game. Then they went on a run where they didn't lose anything. And that should be a terrific game. The Big 12 has been outstanding. As we're back live and out of the break, a baseline jumper. They've been very good out of dead ball situations. Adele, long three. That goes down. Got to make those, and it keeps him within 2.
That's a big 3. Saw Trae Young there with his 30 points a game. Great story by Myron Metcalf. Made me like the kid even more about his family. His father had 41 for Texas Tech to beat Kansas in the late 90s. He's his son, trying to top that, baby.
Hunter nearly lost it. So what did the story teach you about him as the 3 goes down?
Just a beautiful family kid, all about his family, his sisters, his little brother, idolizes him. But Virginia's not missing shots now.
And neither's Marco Anthony, who wouldn't get playing time usually, except for the 3-game suspension to Nigel Johnson, and that's Ryan McMahon. And he's on fire tonight so far. 2 threes, and both have gone down.
Nothing but nylon, baby. He gets that ball up. His idol was Stephen Curry as a kid. He really loved. What's there not to like about Curry?
Maybe a McMahon-Trae Young 3-point shooting contest.
He walked
away with a walk.
He got away with a walk. You know, it's a great story about Ryan McMahon. Didn't have any offers. Just shows there's a lot of kids out there. All they need is a chance. A chance.
Working on Jack Spalding, jump hook, and just like that, we're tied at 21.
Tell you one thing about Spalding. Talented, will be an NBA first-round pick. He's got to be a little bit more aggressive. He's got to want the ball more. He's a key player in this game. I think he's got an advantage on the inside versus them right now. Wilkins, I know, is a terrific defensive player.
Loose ball, that's going to go Louisville's way. The foul is going to be called on Devin Hall.
Take a look here at Spalding now in the post. He'll back him down. Big old turnaround jump hook. I know Rick Pitino raved about him to me. Said he has potential to be really a special player. I'm going to make this statement here, and I really believe this. You take a look at the rosters across America, Carl. I think right now Louisville's the deepest team in the ACC and the deepest maybe in the nation. They run off a lot of bodies off that bench.
Well, there's a mistake from some of that depth that we're seeing in the game right now. But you're right. They do go 8-9 deep, and they get them all significant playing time. They don't have one guy who sort of scores way more than everybody else. Pretty balanced scoring when you think about Adele and Snyder, Spalding, Mahmoud with his blocks. He can score double digits in a game.
McMahon with the shot, the 3-point shot, can do it as well. They had one last year, Donovan Mitchell.
And he's getting it done on the next level, isn't he? Donovan Mitchell's a high wire act.
He is a superstar in the making. If there wasn't Mr. Simmons, he'd be Rookie of the Year.
There's a missed 3. They had an open shot. Adele was trapped with the open shot from Dwayne Sutton. No good.
You got to know the strengths of your team. You got to know what a guy's capable of doing. The strength of a kid like McMahon is to make open shots. Sutton's more a driver slasher.
See Jack Salk go to work. He uses a little lefty, and that doesn't go.
He did everything really nice there except convert. Nice little post move, good footwork.
Dang, Adele all the way, and they're going to get it on the floor, I think. A lot of games on Saturday. Dicto about where he's going to be. Basketball version of the Red River rivalry, 6:15 Eastern time. That's Young and the Sooners taking on Texas. Then number 5, Michigan State, Indiana. That game's at Indiana, and boy, that's a tough place to play right now. Both games on the ESPN app and live on ESPN. Spartans have won 6 of 7 their last meetings with the Hoosiers. Miles Bridges has been ridiculous, averaging 18 in 21 of 22 games. Adele is at the line, and he makes his first, and Louisville's got their first lead in a long time. 76% free throw shooter out of Melbourne, Australia.
Very talented. He's got a younger brother that's a really good player. And Victory Rock. I know Florida Gulf Coast looking at him. Tommy Abana Marco is up there watching him play. Adele's brother. Florida Gulf Coast undefeated in their league. Joe Dooley doing a heck of a job up there.
Guy steps up and knocks it down. That's a two-point shot.
Can't give him open looks. He got rid of that bun.
Freed him up a little bit. McMahon's already made two. A good ball fake. He got Jerome in the air. Ooh, that was halfway down. And I think we're going to get a foul. It's against Jack Salt. 23 all, under 4 to go.
All right.
Land Rover halftime report is on the way. Crean, Cuff, Mahenti. Nobody has hit 70 against Virginia this season at all. Doesn't look like the Bills going to do it either.
No, I don't think so. Two really high-level defensive teams here, but offensive execution is the key. You got to get good shots, make those shots. Both teams hover around 50%. It's been pretty good so far.
Well, it really has. There's good balance, but right now Louisville has got to get it picked up on the offensive glass because they're leaving some shots up on the glass. Conceding them almost to Virginia, it's going to be a key as we move into the second half.
Wahoo's #1 in the South, according to Lenardi's latest bracketology. Carl Dick, we'll see you at the half.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Dal and Tom, look forward to that. Think about Tony Bennett. You know, he talks about building programs, and it's not necessarily the qualities you associate with basketball, but he uses terms that his dad came up with when he was building his programs at Wisconsin, Dick. Humility and passion and unity, servanthood and thankfulness. Says if you can find players that demonstrate those qualities, you'll have a good team, and it's certainly proven out here.
Yes, there's no question. If you got those kind of qualities, you got a chance to win. People who are unselfish, play together, share the ball, care about one another, play with pride and passion. Those are two things you have to have, too. You got to get a sense of pride about yourself. P for perseverance, R for respect, I for intelligence, D for desire, E for enthusiasm, and then you need a guy that can make shots. That is the guy.
Have a guy that can make shots. That's Kyle Guy's 19th game in double figures, his 22nd straight game with a 3, and they had been 1 of 5 from three-point land to start this game. Perry tries to take Guy, and he goes too deep with it. Now he has the ball taken away. You're frustrated by the impatience, aren't you?
Absolutely. You're frustrated watching that kind of play. That's not the kind of shot you want. He's got young kids out there. Perry, a young kid, plays with a lot of energy. Came out of Wheeler High School.
McMahon, he tied him up for a second, but Ty Jerome gets it to go, and the foul.
Starting to get momentum now. We're starting to get a little momentum.
Returning for the Cardinals, Quentin Snyder, and to the line of the Cavaliers, Ty Jerome.
Now watch Mr. Guy. He can shoot the ball. Mr. Guy, that guy can shoot. He's quite a guy.
He's a guy. Jerome rarely misses the free throw, so that goes down. And they got themselves a 6-point lead here with 2:40 to go. And kind of right on your pace of about 60 points a game.
Possessions. They're not going to let Louisville play 77, 78 possessions.
Adele launches a 3.
Wow. Shot selection, so important if you want a chance to win.
Playing right into the hands of Virginia with shots like that. Quentin Snyder doesn't have a point yet. Jerome frustrated. He said, come on, what is that? I get the foul.
A little push, yeah.
Yep.
Roger here's the call. Roger right on top of it. Last 6 times they played, it's 5-1 Virginia. And Louisville, as you mentioned earlier, they have not broken the 60 mark. Can't be embarrassed by that because a lot of teams can't. Ask Clemson, they have 36.
13 of them in a half. 13 and a half.
Did a good job with their win over North Carolina. Brad Darnell's kids play without Grantham.
DeAndre Hunter, defense try Adele, and they fade away, misses everything but the backboard. Big possession here, down 6.
You know, it's early, but it is a big possession. Down 6, you got to score here. Because, you know, you get down 8 or 10, it's like an eternity.
Right. Foul on Jerome. He'll come out of the game and take a break here with $1:51 left on the clock in the first half.
One of my favorite teams was their team when they lined up with Anderson and Brogdon and company. They were really tough, man. That team was special. They really had really Gill, Parentis. That was one heck of a basketball team. They were 30-4 back in 2015.
Clue throws it down to Spalding, who looks back towards him. Snyder looking for his first points of the game, and a big three to cut it 2-3.
But he's capable of doing that. He's over 1,000-point scorer this year. He's Mr. Basketball when he went to Ballard High School, school that produced a player by the name of Allen Houston, DeJuan Wheat. Now you got to come up with a defensive stop.
Ball fade away, short. And that is going to be Louisville ball.
Paul's battling an ankle problem. Looked good warming up, said I'm okay. He's had a solid year. They all have.
If you're 20-1, pretty safe to say it's been a solid year for us.
I would think so.
I would think
How
so.
did they have that one loss, man? Bobby Huggins, West Virginia. Tony Bennett, what a shooter he was when he played. Talking about a guy that can shoot the trifecta. He's the best that ever shot it since they put in the three-point shot.
Adele, it's probably a good thing that Hall kicked that. There was no chance that ball was getting through to Mahmoud.
Had no angle.
He had no angle. He also had 3 white shirts in between them.
They really packed it inside. He learned so much from his dad, Dick. He took the Badgers to the Final Four.
King, he tried to force it in there, and it's off the fingertips of DeAndre Hunter, and we're at 11 on the shot clock. But say this, Louisville's down 3 here with the ball and 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, they got to feel pretty good about themselves. Usually many clubs come here, it's like 40-18 at halftime, 36-21.
Louisville's 2 conference losses on the road, both in overtime. That Miami game they conceivably should have won.
Clemson game as well.
1 second on the shot clock off the backboard. That's another violation. That's a standing ovation.
What defensive effort. That's a whole team buying in, communicating with one another, giving help to one another. They really buy in, being efficient as a team.
All right, we'll take a 30-second timeout as they try to set up a play. Sports Center tonight, 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific, ESPN, Stan and Neil. So we'll see how LeBron and the Cavs do without Kevin Love. The Celtics without Kyrie Irving. They've lost 3 straight. They host the Knicks. Super Bowl 52, only 4 days away. The latest from the coaches, the players, and the commissioner. All this and more as we count down to the Super Bowl. Sports Center after Mavs and Suns on ESPN and the ESPN app.
You mean there's a football game this weekend?
We got a big game with your guy, the GOAT.
Greatest of all time. Sorry, Nick. You've been great. Stepping in the playoffs, but you're not going to beat Mr. Tom.
Got an 8-second differential between shot and game. Guy squared his body and knocks down a big 3.
He's a big-time player. You can see why he was a McDonald's All-American. Gets right up on the top of the circle, knocks that baby down.
Last shot for Louisville with 3 to go. Snyder, the kick to Adele. They'll get a shot. And King misses. Frustrating last 30 seconds for Louisville. How about it? Their leading scorer, Kyle Guy, averages 15 a game. He's got 14 now.
Made some big shots there from the perimeter. He's just an all-around player, but he can make that perimeter shot.
Talk about lining up those 10 toes with the back of that rim. Guy does it here in the final seconds, and that 3-point shot makes it a 6-point advantage. Dickie D and I back with the second half, but first, the studio and Zubin, Tom, and Allen. JPJ at home with the Cavaliers. They're trying to go 14-0 at home. They appreciate defense here, and they certainly do with the Young Center in Louisville. Man, this has been a tight one, 32-26. You have a hot dog without a bun, you know. Kyle Guy was the hot dog. He had 14 in the first half.
He really shot the ball so well. Made those big shots that they needed. The late 3 was big. Really sets the pace for me right now, in my mind. The first 4 minutes are vital. They're going to absolutely have a good first 4 minutes moving. As Mr. Guy squares the body really well. Nothing on that. Nice drive by Guy as well. Look at him. He loves making big shots. That's why he was a McDonald's High School All-American. He got out of Indiana, baby, to come to Virginia.
been outstanding in the first half. 9 times he has led his team in scoring. He's on his way to doing it a 10th time this season. 41% three-point field goal shooter. And right out of the gate, kind of a dangerous time when you're down 6 to Virginia not to get any further down.
Very, very important. You don't want to go double digits down to them. It's like being down 20 to some clubs.
Brad Brownell, of course, his Clemson team knows about Virginia's defense. He said it's kind of like playing Clemson in football. Fourth quarter, they lock you down, and a big 3 to start. Devin Hall buries it.
Boy, those perimeter guys, they have the ability to make threes, defend. You know, you mentioned that Clemson game. They were only down 30-27 at one time, and they ended up getting beat like big time. Only scored 36 points. They're very dangerous.
Snyder, tough shot. He gets the friendly roll.
Well, the veteran player did a great job getting in the lane. That was a tough shot. He was going to the left, comes back to the right with the right hand. We saw one of the most spectacular ones like that against Louisville by Lonnie Walker to send that game to OT.
Nice bounce pass, Hall, and it was picked up by Salt, who'll go and shoot 2.
They really get a kick sharing the ball. They get really an unbelievable thrill of getting guys open shots. Now here's Stein. Look, he's going to the left with the right hand. He gets the bounce to go his way. You know, a kid like Salt doesn't get much publicity, but he gives him size inside. He's got good footwork. He's got to be able to give him a little bit more scoring on the interior.
12 of 26 now from the free throw line on the season.
And that victory over Duke, he really was the play of the Duke big guys. Bagley, who's sensational, and Carter, who dominated inside. But they did a great job containing the perimeter players. In fact, Grayson Allen only had 5 in that game.
Yeah. Best 1-2 forward center combination in basketball, Carter and Bagley.
They're certainly talented. So what Jay said, that starting 5's the best, the most talented starting 5 in the country. And I would say probably amen to that. Even though Michigan State's got a pretty good starting 5.
Good job.
That was good execution. Good post move, good horizontal cut across the lane.
Ray Spalding at 6'10". That's about an inch on Salt.
So I like their patience. I like their ability. You made a great point. They don't get a lot of credit for their offensive execution. Everything's about their defense, but they also do a good job offensively.
Hall lost it, but it clipped off Adele's hand, and it will stay Virginia ball.
We're going to watch Spalding on the inside. He's got to be a little more aggressive and want the ball a little bit more. He's got ability. I really believe he can be big, a major factor in that post here in the second half if he wants the ball.
Oh, Kyle Guy.
Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Get him another McDonald's hamburger. I mean, that guy, unbelievable.
King goes one-on-one with Jerome, and he gets the finger roll to go.
Nice play by King right there. A little one-on-one maneuver. Beat him to the basket off the bounce.
David Padgett told us before the game, we got to play defense as well as they do. Almost knowing like that's impossible, but let's get close to what they do.
Well, somebody's going to get on this guy.
Guy is on fire.
Somebody's got to get this guy. He's making like Jeff Lamb. Are you kidding me? He was a shooter, man. Playing Virginia.
Jeff Lamb. On a night when DeAndre Hunter may not be 100%, Guy's been outstanding, and they got themselves a 7-point lead. It could grow to 10.
And they got the basketball. A solid defensive play. They never, ever lose their poise. Look at Jerome. He settles them down. He's a stabilizer.
Snyder chases Guy. Everything he throws up's going in. Not that one. Salt had it and lost it as Spalding took it away from him. Double team on Spalding, so what does he do? Goes cross court to King. Baseline drive, and Guy deflected that away.
See, I think that Louisville needs a shooter like McMahon on the floor, a threat from the perimeter. He made 2 big threes in the first half. You got to have some people who can make some perimeter shots against this club.
There's a perimeter shot. Another 3 falls, and Devin Hall and Kyle Guy have opened up a 10-point lead.
Good timeout by David Padgett. Good timeout. David doing a solid job with his club. Not easy replacing a Hall of Famer like Rick Pitino. Say what you want, but Pitino's a master when he was working in practice. Look at it, it's the guy's show. It's the guy's show. Oh, you see it again. Here we go. We go from the right side. Now we'll go here, right top of the circle.
Welcome back, everyone, to JPJ. Kyle Guy, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Devin Hall out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, have been the difference makers. Virginia now up 10 with 16:20 to go. Carl Ravitch, Dick Vitale here, ACC on ESPN. Every trip matters now for Louisville.
I think they're going to go inside a little bit more. Try to get some scores around the basket.
They got Mahmoud, and Spalding is going to get called for a walk.
They lifted his pivot further. Good call. He's getting away right now. He's trying to get a little away from Louisville.
They're going to try some full court pressure here.
They're tough to pressure because their guards handle so well. And they're so well coached. See, post the guy right up to the middle of the floor. This team is so well drilled.
Interior passing. Rare that you see the ball pass twice in the paint.
And on pure talent, this is not one of their great teams. That team of Brogdon and Anderson.
Right.
But look at that execution.
Guy misses, picks it up, throws the high arc with it, misses, and Spalding comes down with it.
Did a terrific job with their backdoor cut. Got to get more ball movement. Too much bounce in the ball movement.
Snyder throws it up, can't get it to go, and Virginia comes down with it. That was a terrific team. I think when DeAndre Hunter plays his best, this is a really high-level Virginia team. He's a unique athletic talent that they don't generally get here, and it's been acknowledged by the guys, within the system that he can create his own shot, high flyer.
That's a great point you made, Carl. He brings that athleticism to that club.
That one is deep and way off from Hall, who's thought that he was maybe fouled.
They need a score, man. They're going to break this. They need a score.
Spalding made a good move, but then he couldn't finish. They've had a couple of chances at the hoop and have not finished.
Well, you got to put that ball on the glass. You got to go in. No need to get fancy. He had himself an easy layup if he lays the ball on the glass. He's a good player, Spalding. There's no question in my mind. He's an excellent college player.
Jerome, why not?
So Jerome, Guy, Hall, give me those three, man, and you got a chance to win.
Well, Ryan McMahon is about to come into the game, but down 12 to Virginia at home. Is it too late? Adele working one-on-one into the corner. And now we're under 10 on the shot clock, and that defense is tenacious. They're going to get a foul, a rare foul against Virginia.
You're right, rare foul. Rare foul. Ty Jerome, man, unbelievable. Made the big shot against Duke late in the game. Here he is right now. There he is, Ty Jerome from out of New York City. Yes, sir.
Back at John Paul Jones Arena, where Louisville trails Virginia 44-32. Carl Ravitch, Dick Vitale. So what do we got with a red car? Because I've done a lot of games with you, and we keep trying to make sure we get everybody to buy a ticket for the red car to raise money for cancer.
Well, not only a red car, a Mercedes convertible.
Sorry.
We're talking about a red Mercedes convertible. $100 a chance. We have about 180 chances left, and it's done. 1,500 went in the first car. We have now sold over 1,300 for the second car. 180 chances. Just go to dickvitaleonline.com. $100 donation. You help us help kids battling cancer. I want to say something to this arena. Beautiful arena, John Paul Jones. Paul Jones had this built and spent a lot of money and donated to this school on behalf of his father. Paul Jones has a heart of gold. I was introduced to Paul by my buddy Mark Fisher at the Robin Hood event he runs in New York City, which every major star, Carl, goes to that event. When I was there, Tom Brady was there, every star, McEnroe, Tony Bennett, Kid Rock. They raise millions to help people in New York. I love Paul Jones. He's got a heart of gold. I can't thank him enough because he helps us with the V Foundation as well for kids.
Outstanding cause. And Louisville with those two free throws and a 3:54 drought of no scoring.
Now can they come up with some stops? They might want to go to a little bit zone, like Syracuse did. Not to stay in man. Stay in man.
Hunter's back in the game, and that three is halfway down and out. Ryan McMahon, the three-point threat, who had a couple in the first half, back into the game for the Cardinal.
They're going to try to get Ryan some shots. Lay some screens, get him open for some shots.
Virginia forced another bad pass. You try to almost do the impossible.
They do that to you. They really force you to make bad plays. That's really part of their formula in terms of success. I'm telling you, you have a team that doesn't foul, doesn't turn the ball over, is ranked way up there in field goal percentage defensively. That's a formula for winning.
Coach Padgett, before the game this week, he said, we're going to sit down, take a long, hard look at the film and figure out where we can hurt them. And I said, well, did you find out anything? And he said, no. We can't hurt them. Anthony having a game. He buries another three, and for somebody that rarely plays and rarely scores, he's got 8 tonight. So how about that?
What a big plus he is, because he's played very limited minutes. Get a chance, even earning some PT, maybe some playing time.
Again, Nigel Johnson suspended 3 games before the game by Tony Bennett in Virginia, violating some team policy. There's a steal, and David Padgett wanted a foul call, but he don't get it.
Dribble right into traffic. Can't do that. I think this Virginia team, I know they came very close. Good steal right there. No doubt about that. This Virginia, when you look at Tony Bennett, the one thing missing on the resume is a journey to the Final Four. Unfortunately, that doesn't dictate to me the validity of a coach, but it does to the fans. You got to be able to get there. 2016, they came close. Syracuse denied them the chance. Syracuse went to the Final Four. Here, Villanova cut the nets down. An incredible shot.
Jerome, tough shot, buries it. Wow, just like he did against Duke.
They're shooting the ball so well. You combine the way they're shooting with their defense, it's a long day.
Shot 50% in the first half. McMahon, that one was a contested one. Mahmoud rips it down. Well, they had McMahon open. They didn't swing it to him. They're going to get a foul on Jerome.
Jerome trying to deflect. I got a great Jerome story. At the Duke game, his father went to the game. Father Mark, his wife Melanie went to see his younger brother play, who had 27 points. He has 2 hip surgeries, a freshman against Cardinal Stepanak. You can see the 3 here. But let me tell you, it was unbelievable. He went to see his son play in a high school team he played. He coached, played without him, and they won.
Thursday Night Showcase, top 10 matchup, our women's Thursday Night Showcase. Number 1, UConn, taking on number 7, South Carolina. It's in Columbia. 7 Eastern time on ESPN and the ESPN app. It's South Carolina improving program, but the bar, of course, on the women's side is measured by Connecticut and Gino Auriemma's 6th meeting. UConn's never lost, 27-point average margin of victory in their 5 wins, and the South Carolina women have never beaten an AP number 1. This game now 50-36 is on to the break. Louisville needing points badly. Spalding throws it up and throws it in. Want to finish that story you were telling before we went to break?
Well, I'm talking about the Jerome family. The wife went to see the young brother Kobe play. He had 27, he had 2 hip surgeries, back playing. They're very close, he and his brother Ty. Ty sparked him to the win over Duke. The father was there because he bought the tickets a long time in advance, the flight tickets. And his high school team he coaches, Beacon, they won. He won 3 for 3.
Good enough. It's a good week.
Yeah, Zach Brazella wrote a nice article about that in New York Post.
Mahmoud, that's another walk.
He's slipping in the lane.
So let's ask this. So you got Virginia, and you got Purdue, you got Villanova, and you maybe Kansas as number 1 seeds. How would you rank them 1 through 4?
Well, right now, the way they're playing, I would give the edge, even though, you know, somebody's got to beat Villanova to knock them out of number 1 in the rankings. But right now, the way Virginia's playing, they got to beat number 1. And Villanova right there, 2, Purdue at 3, and the 4 spot is really wide open right now.
Michigan State,
Yeah,
Kansas.
Michigan State, Kansas, Duke. You put Duke in there too, yeah. A little wide open, but I'll tell you this. There's one common denominator about the three teams we mentioned that are up on top. Veteran players, all experienced players, and all understand how to play. I will tell you this, Rick Pitino told me the other day, he said his two favorite coaches, two guys that embody everything that he likes, a guy sitting right across, Mr. Bennett, and a guy by the name of Jay Wright. Pretty two good guys.
I think he likes, that means he also likes the guys that are sharp dressers.
Well, I mean, he loves certainly Mike Krzyzewski. He's not saying better coaches, just that these guys, what they're getting out of their teams is unbelievable. I mean, Jay does it with a lot of offense. This guy does it with defense. But as you said, and you said it well, they're better offensively than people give them credit for.
Those are now culture programs. You think about Kansas, there's a culture there. There's a culture here at Virginia. There's a culture with Coach K and Duke, and there's certainly a culture at Villanova. You just know what you're getting when you're playing.
Nice play by Mahmoud there. Also McMahon with a great look. Penetration, nice little pass. To stay in front of people here. You can't let them square and get the...
Guy was losing his footing, throws it up with his left hand. He's not missing anything.
He's Mr. Versatility, man. He can score in many ways. He's having quite a night. Quite a night.
Fourth time this year, Kyle Guy has had 20 or more. Kick to the corner, three, wide open, and that's a big one. They need every one they can get. Dwayne Sutton makes it an 11-point game.
Well, Sutton got a good look at the opening. Basket was a good shot. Squared his body really well. Wasn't challenged. Very rare he's not challenged on a shot by Virginia.
Another easy layup. Good take by Devin Hall.
Their offensive efficiency is unbelievable. They make every possession really count. Ken Pomeroy does a great job with his different rankings, and it's amazing when you look at this stuff. Nice pass.
Great pass inside, and Mahmoud finds Spalding. They were looking for a foul on that one and won't get it.
Well, they made the extra pass with two passes. McMahon initiated it, and then the inside to Spalding. But they're going to come up with some stops.
Well, your point, the efficiency on offense makes it so hard to come back from a 10, 12-point deficit.
Oh, just...
That's a reach, and that's a mistake by Spalding. They had him trapped out top with about 15 on the shot clock.
Breaks your back. You pushed your back, trying to get back and back. I think this team this year is a team that is going to be the year that they get to the Final Four. It's my gut feeling. I really do. I think this team is playing with such purpose. They got good people coming off the bench. Now they just added to their rotation with the play by Anthony. It gives them another player.
And you got a couple of guys in Guy and in Hunter who can create their own shot. I know usually they're very much within the framework of the offense, but you get down to it, you got guys that can create their own shot. It's a little different, especially with two of them.
Absolutely. Yeah, Hunter's a very good addition to this team.
Better defense from Louisville. That shot went up with about 4 on the clock. Adele, quick three, big three for dang Adele.
He's got ability. There's no question he's a talent. Adele and Spalding will be playing at the next level.
They're going to call it a 2. Call that a 2-point basket for Adele.
Louisville kids are battling, I'll tell you that. They're battling. They came here with a lot of emotion, intensity. They've been playing really well. I mean, they were on a nice little run other than that loss to Miami, which I thought they should have won that game.
Guy misses. And a chance here for Louisville.
That game, Lonnie Walker would not let Jimmy Laranaga's team lose that game. I tell you, McMahon doing a great job passing the ball. Got to keep digging in on the defensive end if you want to get back in the game. What I love is their patience. They're just such a patient and how unselfish they are, always looking to get a better shot for a teammate.
Anthony hard into Mahmoud. He gets it to go, and no foul.
How has that guy been sitting on the bench? How's he been getting no PT?
He gets about a point a game.
I got to knock Tony Bennett down a notch for not knowing that. Come on, we're giving him all these A+. How's he keeping that guy on the bench?
Buried treasure, buried treasure. Mahmoud, did he walk again? No, we're going to get a foul. David Padgett is frustrated by the lack of calls.
Look at Mr. Anthony. Wow. Mr. Anthony. I wasn't even going to think about talking to Mr. Anthony today. Let him split the gap in the defense, goes right to the goal, and he looks, Coach, give me some PT, Coach. I can play, Coach.
Zubin Mehenti in our college basketball studios. Michigan State was down 6 at the half. Obviously a ton swirling around the program right now. Order has been restored for the moment on the court at the Breslin Center. 74-68 final, 15 seconds. Couple shockers on the U. Iowa State double digits over West Virginia. Cincinnati could have its first conference loss. Guys, back to you.
All right, Zubin, thank you very much. And as we rejoin the action here, Spalding gets a jump hook to go. Pulls him back with a 9 with 6 to go. Both teams shooting over 50% from the floor.
Tell you one thing, you mentioned Houston winning. Kelvin Sampson doing a great job with that program.
Joe Lenardi's got 4 teams coming out of the American right now. SMU's got some health issues. You wonder if they'll be able to hang in. The Akiti got bumped by Mahmoud. And that's a foul. Think about the ACC, Dick, and the top of that, of course, has got Virginia, but you're looking at a 1, a 2, 2 4s, and Carolina and Clemson. There's just something missing, it feels like, with Carolina this season. And then you get Louisville, Miami, Florida State.
Tell you one thing, I think you got 8 for sure going to the tournament. I think North Carolina State, to me, is going to be in. I can't see how they're not going to be in with the major wins. They beat an Arizona. They beat a Duke. They beat a Carolina. I think he's doing a great job, Kevin Keats.
Kevin Keats has really turned it around.
Former assistant coach of Louisville.
Yep. We saw him in the Bahamas, and you could just tell there was a different approach from NC State this season.
A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy. He's got his kids playing hard. Willie gets his own kind of players in terms of talent.
Hits about 75% of his free throws, and kind of like a vice grip when you're up by single digits and you can get a guy like that knock down a couple, and now you're back up 11.
Tell you one thing, don't count out. You got the Fighting Irish right now playing without Farrell and Bonzi close in. Mike Bray's had the toughest luck of any coach. Nice play. Little lob up on top. See, that's what you and I were talking to the break. They can hurt them, I really believe, on the inside. Yeah. And that's what Duke did. Duke's perimeter players didn't play up to their potential.
But focus here in the last 5:30 on the number of bad shots, that Virginia takes. It's usually like 0. They're going to get an offensive foul here against Jerome, who pushed off. But they just don't make mistakes. Jerome takes a break, and lo and behold, Marco Anthony comes back into the game.
Marco's had a day, man. He's had a day, but nothing but a backup. Played very limited minutes. Played in only a few games.
Adele, big trip down, 60-51. Jump hook, no good, and Salt.
See, when he penetrates like that, all he had to do is kick the ball back out. McMahon was wide open, standing at the arc for a 3. Club will give you a lesson how to play on offense. Some people say boring. I know he's boring. Not boring to the Cav fans.
Kick for a 3. A little long. That's going to stay with Virginia.
Last 4 games, Louisville's been out-rebounding. That's hard to fathom, how to believe.
Little past 8:30 in the East. Virginia trying to go to 10-0 in conference, and with Jack Salt on the floor, all but Salt away, the conference regular season title. They'll put Louisville at 6-3 if they lose, and Duke and Clemson each with 3 losses.
Yeah, they get 3-game lead. They don't play Duke. They don't play North Carolina anymore. They 5 out of 8 are on the road. but they're in great shape if there's a 3-game separation. This is a 2-game swing.
No doubt. Big play there by Wilkins to keep that ball alive and give Virginia another possession where they'll milk the clock.
And that's a nightmare. You give them those second opportunities.
Here's Guy, and he is off. He drifted on that shot, and that's why the shot was off to the left.
Yeah, he was going to the left, and his body was going to the left. Did not square his body.
They had a chance to cut it to 7. Adele launches a free and gets it to go, and it's a 6-point game.
Good play by Adele. I think McMahon doing a great job as a floor general out there. He's distributing the ball well. It's a good Louisville team, my friend.
We got a game here, Dickie.
It's a good Louisville team.
We've got a game.
Yep. Mr. Adele says, hey, this baby's not over. Give me the rock, baby. Give me the rock. Nothing but nylon.
You know, it's rare to say you outplayed Trae Young, but Colin Sexton could make the argument he did just that on Saturday. They got Mizzou in T-Town in under 27 minutes. When you guys are done, Carl.
Hang in there, Zubin. You may get some action tonight.
I'll tell you this. Doing a great job in that studio, but let me say this. Can you imagine Missouri if they had Michael Porter Jr.?
Great.
Wow. All right, here, big possession. They need a real stop right here, Louisville.
Guy off the roll. He gets it to go. They've been terrific out of dead ball situations. Been outstanding.
They make sure they get the ball to the right guy. He's the one feeling it. They go to that number 1 option, and he delivers.
McMahon, that is a long free, and it's good. Right in front of his head coach.
They got to get him more shots. They don't get him enough shots. This kid can flat out shoot the rock. Nothing but nylon. Ryan McMahon didn't have one scholarship. You kids out there who believe in yourself, keep battling and battling. Don't believe in 10.
3.5 to go, 5-point game.
I tried to sell him to 30 schools after going to watch him play. The only guy to come to see him was Rick Pitino.
Well, your guy McMahon and Jerome are getting tied up, and they're going to get the foul this time on McMahon. Shooter mentality, though, huh? No problem.
Virginia very good on the free throw line, too. They want to get the ball in Guy's hands.
He fell down and he traveled.
Got an opportunity now. You got to take advantage of it. You got an opportunity. Man, I can't say enough of what I've witnessed all this year with Virginia. They are so really exciting to watch because they play the game the right way.
And undermanned tonight. Again, Nigel Johnson suspended 3 games before the game. And obviously a DeAndre Hunter who's not nearly 100%. He'd be on the floor right now.
Yeah, he's got that ankle problem. Move the ball. You want to move the ball to get a good shot.
He'll take the 3. He had the 3-point shooter McMahon to his right, and instead, they go with Spalding launching a 3.
He was wide open. All they do is reverse, make 1 extra pass.
They've had chances to really make it a tight game, and that 3 obviously would have made it a 2-point game. You stay at 5, and now you give 1 up, you're back to 7 or worse, even 8.
You can see why Virginia, 59.8 possessions per game, according to Ken Pomeroy. And I'll tell you this, right now, they make sure they get...
Oh, Ty Jerome, just like he did against Duke. Big shot here down the stretch.
Tell you one thing, Jerome and Guy are fearless. They love the pressure. They're clutch performers.
Out of New Rochelle, New York, a 40-plus 3-point shooter. We'll take a look to see where his foot was, whether it was a 2 or a 3, and this should tell us pretty definitively. Well, it's a tough angle to see. Was that right foot on the line or not, Dickie, with 1 second on the shot clock?
I could not see from that angle we just had, the look that we had right there. Let's take a look there. It looks okay
That's
to me.
A 3-point shot.
It's a 3, baby. It's a 3.
And another dagger, again, as the shot clock wind it down. He knocked it in.
They make big shots. They make big shots.
So there you go. You go from what could have been a 2-point game to an 8-point game.
Absolutely.
McMahon, long one, no good. He was looking for a foul, and there was no contact. That's the shot they wanted on the prior possession.
They're going to take this clock down. They usually lose about 18 seconds with each possession. They're going to go down even a little further here.
Guy and Jerome have been outstanding tonight for Virginia. Here we go with 5 on the clock. He buries another one. Ty Jerome.
That's the dagger, Carl. That's the dagger. When you get guys like that can shoot the rock the way they can and defend, they love him. They love him here in Charlottesville, baby. They have every right to love him. Oh.
Goodell nearly broke the backboard.
The bank was open.
The big shots that Ty Jerome has made at the end of the shot clock have been outstanding tonight as he gets fouled by McMahon.
Nice effort by Louisville, but they didn't come here to give an effort. There was no moral victory. Look at that 3. He shot that one from Richmond, baby, from Richmond.
Crossover to open up some space for him to shoot. Salt will come out and DeAndre Hunter will come in.
They have a way of really moving the ball for a better shot. They're always getting the better shot. Roy Williams defined that to me. It's not about holding the ball. It's about moving the basketball to get a teammate a better shot. Oh, they were true, though. They are so disciplined, manage the clock, understand how to play, very cerebral.
DeAndre Hunter's into the game. He gets it to go off the bench. He hits a big one.
You know what you do right now? You take the white handkerchief and you wave it. This baby's over. Baby is over.
Look at the defense, too, by Jerome. Crowd is going crazy as Adele throws up another one that misses by a lot, and we'll have a foul underneath that'll send King to the free throw line.
Very rare. You don't go to the free throw line that often against this Virginia team.
This will be free throws 5 and 6. 5 and 6, that's it.
You don't get any easy points. You're not going to line 25, 30 times against them. They play defense the right way. They use their feet, they slide, they communicate, they move really exceptionally well. Unbelievable.
Ty Jerome, 16 points. Kyle Guy, 22 points. Marco Anthony's contribution tonight.
That was a major contribution with the suspension of Johnson. That was major, the play of Marco Anthony. He earned himself some playing time. Get a little more respect in terms of getting on that floor.
They have a breakout. It's Wilkins. And he will throw it down.
You know, it's amazing as I'm watching this. I'm thinking about a kid like Johnson getting suspended. Getting suspended. Why in the world would you not make a good decision and eliminate something like that happen? I don't understand the logic of some of these kids. They bust their back, they work in weight rooms, they do all the things you want to do to be a player, and then they don't make good decisions. Sad. Not only him, there's a lot of kids.
It's no excuse, but they're kids. You use the word. King shot contested.
They're kids, Carl, but many of them got to know right from wrong. And you don't want to do things to hurt your team, because you end up hurting your team. Kid Felton got suspended at North Carolina. I mean, come on. Schools don't want to suspend kids. They don't want kids on the bench, but they force their hand. And then you get a reputation that stays with you. Really, just got to think out there, young people. Think. You make good decisions, good things happen. Make bad decisions, bad things happen. I just gave a motivational talk the other day, and I talked all about that. About passion, pride, decision-making. Whether it be the corporate world, the athletic world. It frustrates me because these are good kids. They're not bad kids. They're good kids. But they get sometimes peer pressure.
DeAndre Hunter makes them both. And Virginia is going to improve to 21-1 and go to 14-0 at home, and for all intents and purposes, seal up the ACC regular season championship. It's almost impossible to think they're going to lose 3 games in conference.
This is a special Virginia team. They have characteristics that are so unique. They really do. There's nothing like having selfish players who are all about the team. T for togetherness, E for effort, A for attitude, M for mental toughness. Another big night for the Virginia Cavaliers, and a big night for my guy Paul Ravage.
Well, they have been the kryptonite for Louisville, and it continues. 6-1 in their last 7 meetings. And this one decided by 10 points. The backcourt was the difference. Ty Jerome and Kyle Guy combined for 38 points. 74-64 with Dick Vitale. Our entire crew here, including our producer Eric Mosley. I'm Carl Ravage. Back to Zubin in the studio.